Hi, welcome to another video. So, as I say, please like, subscribe, whatever, if you do. And so, the last video, one of the last videos I did tweets. You know, I looked at the tweets and I was actually first. I was actually the first one to report on YouTube compared to the big stars out there. About what Ray Fisher had tweeted about Joss Whedon. So I of course, hardly anyone sees my videos, but it felt good because the minute I made it, I think I made it as soon as he tweeted it, and then I kind of just put it, okay, you can be published the next day or something. But no, it was good to see people jumping on the bandwagon and spreading over. So yeah, I got a wee bit of an exclusive. Yeah. So no, that was good. Right. So what I want to do is I want to show some of the tweets that came out. Now, Grace Randolph actually. She was very supportive of what Ray Fisher did by exposing what actually happened behind the scenes and how the cast of the film was treated. Now, I know there will be people jumping to Joss Whedon's defence, but I can honestly say, you know, they weren't there. And if you were given all these powers to a director to really change this film, then of course that personality of control overlord would take over, and Grace Randolph has been sort of reporting about not only Joss Whedon but also Jeff Johns for a long time. And I've actually been I've often quite like Grace Randolph. She always seems to find the positive or be truthful about the DCEU. And here we can see one of the tweets that she posted confirming that the reason why you don't see Gal Gadot's face in that shot with Flash and Top is because it is a body double. She goes and says, I doubt we'll ever get specifics from Ray Fisher or Joss Whedon, but here's one I was the first to report. Gal Gadot didn't want to film this scene, so Whedon did it with a stunt double. That's why you can't see her face. And then she goes on and she comments on what Ray Fisher had said. She goes on and says, I've been reporting this to you about Whedon and Johns for some time, and I'm glad justice has finally been served with the Snyder Cut, and it's a good thing for Grace Randolph. Now we can actually, and it must be great for her because you can actually start listening to her and the sources. So I'll be keeping a really better ear to what she says in the future. She also goes, and I also reported that it was Whedon and Johns who cut Ray Fisher pretty much out of the whole movie. So Fisher has an emotion incentive to be upset. Yep. And that's probably why he's came out and said that thing about Joss and Jeff. Because really, if you think about it, he didn't really have a film career after Justice League. There was no sign of him doing any more movies. So by him saying this, it's like, well, my movie's coming out. Things that upset me for the last couple of years, I've said that it's out of the box now. I'll take the consequences, whatever happens. But at least that there is some justice done for everyone involved. And she gave, and this is also my thing. She's also went on and commented, today Batfleck is my favourite movie, Batman, because he not only looked great in The Kill but was a perfect Bruce Wayne. So nice to see him trending today in the top 10. He's trending. Ben Affleck's trending and getting the love and respect he deserves. So the reason why he's probably trending is because he's getting his life back together. You know, he's moved on from his divorce. He's got control of his habits. He's looking fit. He's looking healthy, and he's going to, you know. And there are a lot of signs out there, a lot of news that he has signed a contract to be to do more Batman. So that to me is fantastic news, and I just thought I'd share that with these. There's also I came across an article, if I can get it here, about will Suicide Squad be in will hit the cinemas, right? So could the Suicide Squad head to streaming? Here's what James Gunn said. Right, so it's not the other one. It's not David Ayer, which I'm lending some support because he's getting a lot of slack for that film. I may have said earlier that Steppenwolf was supposed to be in it, but he wasn't. He was just going to be maybe a wee shot, but at the end he wasn't the overall villain of the piece. So anyway, on to what James Gunn says. The DC Extended Universe might not have been as long as the MCU, but it managed to make a serious impact on pop culture throughout its tenure in theatres. There are tons of exciting new DC projects coming in the next few years, including James Gunn's highly anticipated blockbuster, The Suicide Squad. Is it highly anticipated though? Is it? I don't know. With more movies heading straight to our homes as a result of theatres being closed, fans are wondering if the villain-centric DC movie might get the same treatment, and now Gunn has responded to these questions directly. The film industry came to a screeching halt as a result of the global health issues, with both sets theatres shut down. I hear there's been some cinemas open here, but have had to reclose due to either to do with movie releases. To continue releasing content straight to homes on to streaming, including Trolls World Tour and Hamilton. James Gunn recently addressed the possibility for his DC debut, The Suicide Squad, and he didn't mince words. As the Guardians of the Galaxy filmmaker put it, every James Gunn cut ever has been released into the theatre. The Suicide Squad will be no different. I'm kind of envious of that for Zach, that every James Gunn cut ever has been released into theatres, and still there's directors out there that have been forced to cut their movies, so you won't be seeing a director's cut of David Ayer. Well, that's pretty cut and dry. It looks like Warner Brothers and James Gunn are considering bringing the Suicide Squad straight to and considering bringing the Suicide Squad straight to homes. Instead, we should expect the soft reboot. Soft reboot? I don't think so. To arrive at this expected release date next August. And this makes sense as principal photography was already completed before sets were shut down. And there's a full year to edit and complete the project. James Gunn shared his intentions for the Suicide Squad theatrical run over on his personal Instagram page while promoting the upcoming DC fandom event. Now, as I say, there is a lot of stuff happening. The fact that he's involved in the DC fandom event is good news. That means he's been a great supporter of Zach, and no doubt he's been in communication with David Ayer. And as I say, I think there's I don't believe we've heard the last of the David Ayer cut, and neither should we. And I made a video about do we have the right to moan about demanding the director's cuts of a film? And yeah, by rights we do, because when we go, as I say, to watch a movie or buy a packet of crisps or whatnot, when we go and see this made by a certain director, we expect that director for that product to be there. We expect Monster Claus crisps or whatnot to be in the packet that we've bought. If it's not, then we've been fooled. We've been lied to. A fan asked the visionary filmmaker if there's going to be a Gunn cut of the movie, possibly on streaming, but James Gunn will not only have creative control of the Suicide Squad, but the movie is most certainly being released in theatres next year, despite because Warner Brothers has learned. Remember that wee tweet I showed you that the guy in charge of Warner Brothers has came out and said, "Oh, we believe in storytellers." Yeah, Warner Brothers has learnt their lesson. I've also heard on the Star Wars side of things that they are trying. Disney is trying to make the last 3 films disappear and kind of pretend it didn't happen in the next current, I don't know, TV shows or the Rebels or whatnot. So there's, but take that with a pinch of salt. But I think Disney realised they dinged up big time. They've lost a massive amount of fans, and that goes and helps push the Snyder fans up there, because you have got to please the fans. If you're making a franchise movie that has been supported by fans around the world, then you have got to treat the fans with that same sort of respect. Otherwise, what you'll be dealing with is the general audience who doesn't really care too about the movies. Right, so to join the movie's returning cast, almost all of which is unknown roles, moviegoers are eager for any information regarding the movie's contents, although Gunn and company have been keeping their cards close to the chest. David Ayer's Suicide Squad failed to connect to audience when it arrived in theatres, despite the hype that started back when its first Bohemian Rhapsody back trailer arrived. That's because when that trailer came out, the executives that heard Bohemian Rhapsody thought, we've got to change everything. We want to make the film kind of go with this trailer. So they got people that made the trailer end up editing the movie and making the choices. But the filmmaker has cited studio interference as the reason why his vision was altered, but a handful of original stars are returning for the Suicide Squad, including Margot Robbie, Jay Courtney, Viola Davis and Joel Kinnaman. So I don't see it as a soft reboot, I just see it as another Suicide Squad movie. It's not saying that the other one didn't happen. Thanks to Zack Snyder's film coming out, there is still, for me, a connection to that. James Gunn's working comic book genre is iconic, as Guardians of the Galaxy has become a fan favourite property of Marvel Universe. Gunn puts his sense of humour, taste of music and every dance moves into those projects, and it should be fascinating to see how impacting Suicide Squad. It's currently expected to hit theatres in August 6, 2021. As I say, there's a lot of bad things attached to James Gunn as well in his past and in his tweets, and I wasn't all that enthralled with Guardians of the Galaxy. I just thought it was daft and not nonsense. But again, I'll leave my verdict to when it comes out. So I want to read, to close up, I want to read this quick article about the Robin. How Robin died in Zack Snyder's DCU. Robin died before Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, and here's what we know about how Dick Grayson died in Snyder's plan for the DCU. Dick Grayson is the Robin who died before BV... Can't. We'll stop right there. Thanks for watching.